Hey guys, this is Randy. I'm Show Me Tint. No wait, this is Show Me Tint. I'm Randy. Both of those things are accurate. Actually, it's all kind of one thing. I wanted to show you something today, something we talk about all the time here at the shop. People call into the shop and they say, hey, I want to get my windows tinted. They get the price. They seem super pumped about it, obviously, because they're coming. But then they go, oh, I got some bad tint on there. I want to remove it. And I tell them it costs more to take it off. Unfortunately, we have to charge for the labor. So I do explain it on the phone sometimes to people that can't quite get that in their budget. So I thought I'd make a little video for you. This will help you know the steps on how to remove window tint safely from your vehicle on a door glass. Keep that in mind. Make sure you look for the video for the back glass. Totally separate kind of situation. There's a lot more dangers in back glass removal with defroster lines than there is door glasses. Door glasses are a little tougher, so we can be a little bit more aggressive with our removal techniques. And I'm gonna show you some of those. It's super important to have the right tools. We're gonna drop some links in the comments below that'll help you pick out the right things. Razor blades are super important. Let me show you one of those real quick. They look like normal razor blades, right? The stainless steel kind are super important. If you don't get one, you'll scratch your glass, which would totally suck. And you could still scratch, if you have like an older model car, depending on the type of glass, you could still scratch it. So if you have any questions about something you're about to start and you're nervous, comment in the comment below or give the shop a call, or definitely send us a message before you take any action. Be really careful. These tools are universal. They can cut you or your glass or anything. So just be careful. These are sharp. You'll need a scraper like this. The razor blade slides in like that. This is your main tool for tint removal. And you'll find out that you may want to just go ahead and pay a shop to do it anyway. I'll show you a few steps that we do. It's not terribly hard to remove it, and then I'll show you a little video on how to do it later. So you can look for that too. To remove tint, you can use a lot of things. You can use a steamer. You can use a scraper, some soapy water. Also, you can get this on Amazon too. We're gonna spray this window down and we're gonna see if we can get it off here. This is a Denali 2500 HD. We're gonna remove this guy's tint just so I can show you how to remove tint. It's not really that big a deal. You want fired? Yeah, don't be funny. So the first step obviously is to put the accessory mode on. You don't wanna leave your car running because the exhaust could kill you. Yeah, we don't want that. But what we're gonna do now is, if you look for your aftermarket window film, and if that's what you got, you'll see typically a gap where the film stops. You can do it a multitude of ways. It's been a while since I've personally done this, but I'm gonna do it for you guys so you can see how to do it. I usually get a little wet. I always say the wetter better, you know what I mean? We're gonna take this razor blade, if you look really closely, I'm pressing against the glass and I'm sliding it back behind the window film. I put water on there first so the water would get kind of in there. And honestly, sometimes that really helps, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on the film, depends on how old the film is. It can be a lot of things. So what we're trying to do is basically bust the film from the adhesion below. So from the glass. And then once we get on it, we're gonna give it a little yank, give it a little Yankee yank. If you notice, see how it's leaving the glue behind there, right? So this sucks. This is the sucky part. This is the part I was telling you about. So what I like to do when I'm doing this, they do make door panel covers and stuff like this. This has more of a plastic trim. This guy didn't want to spring for the AT4 apparently. I like to pull this down and I use this as kind of like a cover. So you see this? Now your door panel protected from all this particles of glue that is going to come off here in a second, and I'll show you how it's going to happen. We're going to get it wet. So this is so the blade obviously doesn't, you don't want to make super contact with the corners. And then what you try to do is be very mindful of your direction. You want to make sure that you get all this glue off, especially if you plan on tinting it again, because any of this glue can come through on your new installation. And so what I'm going to try to do is just make overlapping passes over the glue. What I'm hoping to do is just get all the glue off as fast as possible without damaging anything on the truck. And see how the film is catching the glue down below? So that's just a way to kind of like keep control of your mess. You'll find this stuff is super sticky. And I don't envy any of you guys doing this right now. Like if any of you guys are starting this, good luck. Because it can be like really old and really hard. You can use a couple things, you know. I'll show you. It's important if you're using, you can use 4/0 steel wool, which you can also buy on Amazon. And it's like, it'll have 4 zeros on it, so it's super easy to spot. It's super safe for your glass. I just know that this particular case, this scraper is good with this glass. So make sure you do your research before you jack something up. I don't want you messaging me after the fact, like, you should have told me. I'm like, I told you. So we're just gonna keep it good and wet, keep going over it. About this time, I like to swap my blade out and get something a little sharper. So I'm just looking for parts that I've left behind and going over it. And trying to get all the glue from back behind there. And now that we've got it good and kind of like off the top, we can roll it all the way up. We're gonna get the rest of the glue out. Okay. So if you're super careful, what we'll try to do is leave it mostly attached to catch the rest of the glue. You'll appreciate that little trick if you're not cleaning up a bunch of glue. And honestly, like, if you get this glue down in the seals, it's even harder to do. It's important that you leave a clean area. And honestly, customers hate when you bring their car filled with all kinds of glue chunks. So if you're working for somebody right now, you definitely don't want to leave a mess. And we're just doing the same overlapping strokes to try to get all the glue out. So what I'm gonna do now is get the rest of this film off here. You're lucky if this all came off in one piece, by the way. Let me just put a little, it could come off in a bunch of little tiny pieces and then your day is going to suck. So, very sorry. But now we've got a little bit of glue we gotta deal with. Find your local receptacle. There we go. We'll get that in a second. Now we've just got a little bit of glue going down the seal. Not terrible. And we're just trying to like keep it at an angle, keep pushing it out. After you get to this point, you want to make sure that you get, obviously, see how like you can leave little glue spots in there? You just want to kind of visually inspect it. And then a lot of times we'll take a little squeegee and just kind of go over it. Squeegee of your choice. These are on Amazon too, but these are actually paint protection. But I use them for cleaning sometimes. Really whatever works best for you. And after you get it cleaned, then you can kind of see some spots that are still in there. And that's gonna help us make sure we get them all the glue out, off, or off, however you wanna do it. On, as long as it's not in the window. All right, you're almost ready to party now. So we're gonna take this. I'm gonna take one of my extra blades. And I'm gonna go back behind the seal. I'm gonna put it kind of at an angle. And I'm gonna like scrape off the glue. Like I can feel it back there behind the seal. Maybe if you see like from this side, like I'm trying to get the glue that's back in there behind the glass, right? And then I'm gonna go down here below the seal and I'm gonna get all that out of there. Do not cut your door panel. It'll totally suck. I'm doing the same thing here. I'm actually pushing on the window a little bit, pushing it out, making a little more room so I can like twist the blade and get it all that glue out. So that's a rough way. We're gonna just squeegee it one more time and then we're gonna do the same thing, except instead this time I'm going to like towel the edges so I can see if there's any like glue still back there or anything like that. I can kind of see some over here. What it looks like. Look over here. See like this stuff. This is what you don't want. Little tint boogers. All right. It's pretty good. It came off relatively easy. We're gonna slide the towel with a card. I may have not showed you that, but like this is just a little hard card. And then you can wrap your towel around it, and what that does is allow the towel to be like pushed back into behind the seal so we can physically towel out. Look, see the stuff that we thought we had? It's still back there. You want to make sure you get it all. I usually go over it enough until I see stuff not coming out. That's typically what I do. But if anybody has a better technique, I'm all ears. Comment in there. And we're gonna squeegee off the top one more time. Oh, pushing the glue up and out. I think we're good. And that is how you remove window tint. So Always make sure you go over the door panels, wipe them all off really good. Get any excess water out of there. Make sure it's nice and clean. Now you have no window film. Ta-da! So we got it all off there. And if you have any questions on any of the part of the process or what you need with anything, feel free to like, comment on there, give us a message. We'll be glad to help you. We love hearing from you guys and knowing that you're watching the videos and that it's helping somebody. So let me know if you have any questions. We're gonna do a little follow-up video on how to tint the window. So if you wanna tune in for that, if you got that ahead of you and you like doing your stuff yourself, hit us up. We'll be glad to do it for you. Thank you.